complacent. You know, players will talk about playing hard. They might not do it. He said they had a good week of practice and that they were ready, and they certainly look it.
David Trout, a little guy with a big heart and a big leg, booms this one almost out of the end zone. Aubrey Matthews takes it deep in his own zone and downs it. So the Jacksonville Bulls, wearing the white uniforms with the maroon pants, will put the ball in play 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
Nice drive, 10 plays, 83 yards, almost 5 minutes to take it down the field when they started backed up in their own territory, but a great mixture of plays. They keeping the Bulls off balance on defense as they've had very effective running game and then a lot of first down passing.
Well, what you've got here, Don, of course, is an expansion team in Jacksonville against a team that was in the championship game a year ago, the second-year team, the Philadelphia Stars, and they don't make many mistakes. Robinson on first down puts the ball in the air, and it's complete to number 80, Gary Clark, the kid out of James Madison. The ball down across the 30 near the 34-yard line.
Well, Matt Robinson, just a very short drop, and that's what they're going to have to do. It's a 5-step drop as he gives a little draw fake so that he can get rid of it, keep that pressure off of him. He lets the ball go before Gary Clark had turned. Clark going downfield about 12 yards or so and then just hooking up to the inside in the open area.
Robbie Mafu is standing on the sideline. He's the backup quarterback. He's seen a lot of action because Matt Robinson was out for 6 weeks with a sprained foot. This is his second time back, and he's trying to regain the form that saw him one of the passing leaders early in the season. Puts the ball in the air, and again he's got Gary Clark up near the 50-yard line. Looks like Philadelphia's given him a little room there in the secondary.
Well, I'm sure that the 6-year veteran, Matt Robinson, going to Gary Clark here, he knows he's working on Garcia Lane, the rookie. That's 54, getting the pass drop back there. Not quite deep enough, Sam Mills, but really the open area is driving Garcia Lane off and letting Clark get that intermediate pass.
2 plays, both to Gary Clark, 2 first downs. The ball resting on the 50 right now. They're going to run this one. This is Larry Mason out of Troy State, and he gets nowhere. As the swarming defense, number 56, George Cooper, with a big tackle there for Philadelphia. Some other action around the USFL this Saturday nights. Out at Oakland, around the Bay Area. The Invaders are leading Memphis 10-0. 43 seconds left to play in the first quarter on a Shea 22-yard field goal. Here, the Stars are laying it on Jacksonville 14-0, but Matt Robinson and the Bulls in the white uniforms to the right of your screen as you look from our end zone overhead camera are trying to mount a drive. They are inside Philadelphia territory as Robinson puts it up, intended for Gary Clark, but right on him was Garcia Lane, number 47, and you don't want to get the ball too close to him. A flag is down back inside the 50-yard line.
Usually indicative of a holding penalty where it's thrown by the umpire. Matt Robinson under heavy pressure, went a little deeper that time, took a couple of licks just as he let go of the ball, trying to get those quick rhythm passes going for him. He had a couple in a row successful, and then this time, and it looks as though the officials are marking it off against Philadelphia.
Number 96 on the defense, still second down.
Well, it was roughing the passer. I said a couple of licks. Don Fielder, the defensive end, gave him a little extra touch there, so it cost him.
The referee for tonight's ball game, whose name you hear marking out those calls, is Tom White. The other officials, Ed Manning, Robert Walker, Lawrence Hill, William Lang, Gerard Greiser, and Horton Nestra. 2nd and 3 at the Philadelphia 47-yard line. From the pro set, Robinson to put it up again. He's going deep. He's looking for Gary Clark. Clark got turned around. Garcia Lane was right on him. The ball in the vicinity, but it looked like he had to change his direction just a little bit and couldn't get down to where the ball was thrown.
The ball a little bit short that time by Matt Robinson. He underthrew it. Gary Clark had him beat by a couple of steps. You could see him out in front there with Garcia Lane. As the ball is short, he's trying to adjust to it. There's some bumping around going out there, but the official, at his discretion and his interpretation, no interference call.
The Bulls converting on a little less than 39% of their third downs. Watch the draw play here. 3rd and 3, the ball on the 43-yard line. Number 85, Perry Kemp in the ball game, goes in motion. The pass drilled right over the middle to number 89, Alton Alexis, and Robinson threaded the needle on that one right on target.
Yes, he did. He put it in between a couple of linebackers. A little problem initially with the formation is Robinson wanted some people in going a different direction, stumbles a little bit going back. 94 bearing down on him is Dave Ofer, the nose tackle, but a well-thrown ball down the middle. Sam Mills, number 54, he's blitzing, gets tripped there by number 56, George Cooper. Good job of picking up the blitz.
The Bulls mounting a drive. First down from the Philadelphia 30. Robinson in the air. He threw that one away. Looked like maybe his arm was hit in the backfield as he released the football. Robinson has been getting some good protection from his offensive line. Bob Gruber, Kenny Howell, Dave Odie, George Collins, and Nat Hudson, the beef up front. Fellas out of Pitt, Georgia Tech, UCLA, Georgia, and Georgia.
Well, the Stars will generally line up in that three-man front. Sometimes they will come with four when they go to the nickel. But they have so many combinations of blitzes, always bringing at least one linebacker, sometimes two, sometimes the safeties.
2nd and 10, ball on the 30-yard line. Lone setback. They're going to send out some receivers on this play. Whoa, look at this. The handoff goes to Larry Mason on the decoy. Mason out of Troy State, 6 touchdowns on the year. Bangs into Glenn Howard, the linebacker, number 51.
You know, one thing effective, they tried the draw right there. You feel that when you're putting the ball in the air and you're getting a lot of blitzing like the Stars will do, if you can get through that initial defensive unit, the line and linebackers, you got plenty of running room. But Jim Moore's teams always so well drilled. Somebody is responsible for every player out there, and they were sitting in on that one.
There's the gun signaling the end of the first quarter of action. The Philadelphia Stars are leading Jacksonville 14-0. That is Matt Robinson. He needs a drink. And on the left of your screen, Chuck Fusina enjoying a 2-touchdown lead. Stadium in Philadelphia, the Stars in the driver's seat as we get ready to start the second quarter of play. Mike Barry along with Don Heinrich. Jim Simpson has the night off, and it was a big first quarter for Philadelphia.
Stats fairly equal there, despite the score on the scoreboard at 14-0 in favor of the Stars.
Now to the left of your screen in the white uniforms, that is the Jacksonville Bulls, and they are driving. 3rd and 8, the ball resting on the 28, and look at this. The Stars came in there. Number 54, Sam Mills, with the quarterback sack, his 4th sack of the season.
And Sam Mills hitting the gap between the guard and the tackle. You'll see him coming right there. Nobody picks him up. That's 51, Dave Odie, the center, blocking to the left. The right guard, George Collins, handling the man to his right, just leaving that gap. A little confusion, and Sam Mills drops Matt Robinson.
Just when Jacksonville was about to turn this into a closer ball game, a big play for Sam Mills, number 54, the kid out of Little Montclair State.
Takes him out of field goal range.
Jeff Pierce will kick from about his own 45-yard line, standing on the 50 right now. Garcia Lane is back. Pierce angles it out of bounds. Pierce not sure where they're going to mark it, but we'll be here to see where they do.
A lot of people might not fully appreciate, but the strategy of Jim Moore blitzing Sam Mills right there to take the Bulls out of potential field goal range and keeps any kind of points off the scoreboard.
I'll tell you about a little subtlety. In the first quarter all year long, Philadelphia has outscored its opponents 65-0. Bryant, the ball carrier, gets plenty of room, and there is a flag thrown on the play. It'll probably be a holding call.
Bryant not happy with it. You mentioned the scoring that they've had in that first quarter. You're absolutely right. That certainly is not any kind of a subtlety to the other teams.
65-0. They have outscored their opponents. That was not all season. That's in the last 6 games alone. So they're making themselves heard in this football league.
That's what you call taking it to them.
Here you see the scoring. Philadelphia scored 318 points.
50 on the offense. Replay first down.
Well, we were right about the holding call. Look at this. Memphis has scored. The Showboats. Walter Lewis, a 38-yard run. He scooted in for the touchdown. It's a 10-7 ball game. Oakland still on top.
What an exciting player he is.
1st and 20. Philadelphia in the first hole of the night from the I formation. The give is to Bryant, the second man, and tailback in the formation. He spins his way around the far side and is dropped by the cornerback, number 22, Kevin Gray. Brian Douglas also in on the stop, number 78 from Tulane.
Kevin Gray making the initial hit over there. As Bryant put a little bit of a move on him, Kevin Gray is getting plenty of practice for his tackling abilities here early in this football game, as Bryant has chosen to go his way on several occasions. That time he did a pretty good job of it.
They go to the two tight end offense. Steve Folsom and Ken Dunnick are in the ball game now. Second down and 14. The ball resting on the 15-yard line. The lone setback is Bryant. Fusina, he's being chased. Steps out of the pocket and completes the pass to number 89, Steve Folsom. Vaughn Johnson, number 33, the linebacker from North Carolina State, in on the stop. The ball's sitting on the 22 now.
Good adjustment by Fusina right there. Excuse me, Mike. As he got flushed out of the pocket, moving to his left, picked up Folsom downfield and turned in a potential sack. And that's what experience in playing does for a quarterback. The ability to slow the game down. You're able to kind of look things over. You take your time in a sense, and then find somebody when you're scrambling.
Jacksonville goes to the nickel defense. They've got their speedy guys in the secondary on a 3rd and 9. Fitzke in motion to the near side. Fusina with a deep drop over the middle, intended for David Riley, and flags come out all over the field. Vaughn Johnson, number 33. Looks like maybe he got caught for something. Take a look at number 33.
Vaughn Johnson, the rookie out of North Carolina State. Little grab right there as he manages to kind of undress David Riley just a little bit. Riley earned that job against Arizona, got his first start, scored a couple of touchdowns in that game. Booker Russell was the starter for the first 3 games of the season. He has lost his position, and Riley has come on to be a real force in that offense. An excellent blocker, good hands, more versatile, and that's exactly why Jim Morris got him in a ball game.
Defensive pass interference, number 33, first down.
Well, that doesn't sit too well with number 33, Vaughn Johnson, or the Bulls coach, Lindy Infante, over there talking to Matt Robinson on the sideline. Tom Donovan in the ball game now, number 87, along with number 84, Herbert Harris at the wide receiver spots. And it's Bryant, the ball carrier, across the 40, across the 45, spins his way up near the 48-yard line. Don Bessalou, the free safety, number 46, in on the stop.
Another little subtlety right there as they pull both guards. The right guard, Comiskey, number 69. The left guard, George Gilbert, number 63. Another flag is down, but Kelvin Bryant had made a counter step to the right. Freezes those linebackers for a moment. Slows down that pursuit, and then he came around the corner. However, they're going to back it up.
Right tackle on the offense, not on the line of scrimmage, to play first down.
They say Irv Eatman, the offensive right tackle. I don't know how you could not be up in the line of scrimmage when you're 6'6", 276 pounds. All you got to do is lean over, and you got to be there.
That guy's a neutral zone all by himself. Huh?
Really?
The All-American out of UCLA. Eatman doesn't make too many mistakes.
No, one of the best in the league, can play anywhere.
First down, 15 yards to go. Ball resting on the 32. Alan Harvin in the ball game now, and he gets the call. Spins his way to the far side, up near the 40-yard line before he is dragged down from behind by number 22, Kevin Gray.
Harvin giving Kelvin Bryant a little breather. Once again, the sweep to the left of the screen, going right. Good job of blocking over there. You see both guards pulling, coming to that right side. Harvin moving along behind Gilbert, 69. Nice little move right there on Gray as he tries to kind of give him a limp leg and move to the outside. Comiskey coming out, 69. You can take a good look what it's like to be a defensive man as he gets a little piece of John McLean, number 50, the linebacker.
David Riley and Alan Harvin are in at running backs now, and they help block as Fusina puts it up long. He's going to air it out, just out of the outstretched reach of number 81, Scott Fitzke. Those two guys, Fusina and Fitzke, hooked up at Penn State.
The ball just a little overthrown to Fitzke. Not great speed on Fitzke's part as he's more of a control pass route runner. You could see number 22, Kevin Gray, the corner, trying to get over there to help. He had him pretty well covered. They were in a blitz look that time. Fusina had went to the automatic, and obviously that's what they want to do. They'll take a gamble for the big one, particularly when you're ahead 14-0. The backs picked up all of the blitz. But right now, Fusina says, I don't like what I see over there. A little confusion. Let's take a timeout.
And that's probably the wise thing to do with 12:19 left to play here in the second quarter, leading by a score of 14-0. It is Penn State night here, and we'll
join USFL action right here on ESPN. Weekend number 14 will be with us before you know it. Friday night, 3 games. Tampa Bay at Memphis, Houston at Jacksonville, Denver at San Antonio. On Saturday, a couple of games, Oakland at Oklahoma, and Arizona at LA. You'll see that Arizona-Los Angeles game live on ESPN Saturday night. Sunday, 3 games. Birmingham at New Orleans, Washington at Pittsburgh, Philadelphia at Michigan in a big one. And Monday night, again on ESPN, the New Jersey Generals take on the Chicago Blitz in Chicago.
Welcome back to the vet in Philadelphia. Mike Barry along with Don Heinrich. 12:19 remaining to play, second quarter. The Philadelphia Stars have had things pretty much their way. They lead in the ball game 14-0. They face a 3rd down and 7. The ball on the 40-yard line. Riley and Harvin are the running backs behind Chuck Fusina. A long count. Fusina running for his life. Puts the ball in the air, and it's complete to number 81, Scott Fitzke. So the Penn State crew finally hooks up. This is Penn State night here at Veterans Stadium. They've got some 2,000 to 3,000 Penn State alumni on hand. And of course, Fusina and Fitzke, the winning passing combination for Joe Paterno at Penn State during their collegiate days.
I guess you might say that's the Penn State connection with all the fans here. They had some 2,000 plus out in the parking lot earlier.
Well, in honor of that too, Don, the Philadelphia Stars awarded their first annual Joe Paterno Award to the player from Penn State, best exemplifying the leadership qualities of Mr. Paterno. And that, of course, went to Chuck Fusina, the Stars quarterback, before tonight's ball game. 1st and 10 from the 46. Fusina to the air. In the middle, complete to number 84, Herbert Harris out of Lamar. 6'2", 192-pounder, a first-year man, Herbert Harris, in the ball game. He normally plays on special teams, but he made a nice comeback catch on that one.
Once again, the play-action fake as Fusina faking to the halfback. Throws it right down the middle. They had a double zone to the outside. Wide open as Don Bessalou comes across to make the final touch. Bryant, a nice pickup over there. Looks like he is a little more of the taker rather than the giver in that instance, but it did the job effectively.
Herbert Harris remains in the ball game. 1st and 10, the ball resting on the Bulls, 23, and Bryant gets the call and goes to the right side, but he finds nothing but a wall of Jacksonville blockers. Don Bessalou, number 46, leading the charge on that play.
The Stars tonight using a lot more sweeps than they had previously this season. They've been a better tackle-to-tackle team, going straight ahead, trying to blow people out. But they're getting off with a pretty good wide game here this evening, despite the fact that one didn't work very well, as once you get that football, as you well know, Mike, you draw a crowd, and he did.
2nd down and 9. Herbert Harris wide to the top of your screen. Fusina to put it up. The short flare pass in the flat to Kelvin Bryant. He does a little dance inside the 20-yard line down to the 18 before he is racked up by Floridian Fernando Jackson.
Fernando Jackson, excellent speed as he comes across on that screen play. But the guy that made it work initially was Brad Oates, number 70, the offensive left tackle. He kicked out on the cornerback, Donald Dykes. And then a great read by Kelvin Bryant to recognize it with that tremendous athletic ability. A little quick cutback that turned almost a no-gain play into a nice 5-yarder.
Brad Oates, one of those on the walking wounded list for Philadelphia, missed 5 weeks earlier in the season after knee surgery, but he is back. Riley and Harvin, the running backs, now behind Fusina, who's going to put the ball in the air again, and he hits David Riley for the touchdown. And there is a flag thrown back behind the line of scrimmage near where Fusina released that football. Tom White, the referee. talking to number 70, Brad Oates. And the call will go against the Philadelphia Stars.
And Brad Oates extremely unhappy as he's up there challenging the official. You know he's going to lose, but of course he is a practicing attorney in the offseason. I think he may have to go back to the law books. He isn't going to win this debate. He's talking to the judge.
I knew you'd get that little fun fact to know and tell in the ball game.
Well, what a
he
timing.
He is a practicing attorney.
On that particular...
Holding, number 70 on the offense. Replay, third down.
On that particular play, he was up there trying to negotiate his own deal. But unfortunately, he was going to lose, and then he was still challenging that official. Lucky he didn't get another flag thrown.
He was overruled. At least he was not held in contempt of court. Brad Oates, number 70, the left tackle for the Philadelphia Stars.
8-year veteran, lost his cool just a little bit.
Well, it's tough when you score a touchdown.
Absolutely.
And then get it called back.
Oh,
because
really?
you've seen it really threw a nice pass. You
Yes,
see
he
Oates
did.
is still hot.
Yes, he is. He'll go down and talk to his brother, the offensive center.
That's
He's
right.
a lot younger. He'll say, listen to me.
George Gilbert, number 63, the left guard. He's got to be having a little tough time concentrating with the Oates brothers talking to each other when they go up to the line.
That was a well-thrown football by Fusina.
David Riley in on the reception, normally a blocking fullback, but they found out this year, Jim Moore did, that he can catch the football, and they've been throwing to him more and more.
Had 18 catches coming into this football game.
Alan Harvin is the lone setback on 3rd and 15. The ball on the 28-yard line. Jacksonville with 5 defensive backs. Fusina. A little flare pass into far flat to Alan Harvin, who gets his way inside the 20 down near the 17-yard line before he is dragged to the turf here by Don Besselou, number 46.
What a great move by Alan Harvin out there on that swing. A good reaction by Fusina as he looked upfield. You'll see 33 in the left corner of your screen. That's Johnson, Vaughn Johnson. Fusina, you see, look upfield. He sees nothing, fires it out to Harvin, and then with that hesitation move, Johnson slips, goes to the ground. Harvin picks up extra yards, and once again on 4th down, it looks as though the Stars are threatening with a 3-point attempt.
David Trout will attempt a 34-yard field goal. There's the boot. And it's good. So the Philadelphia Stars, having the touchdown pass to David Riley called back, settle for 3, but they're still in the driver's seat, 17-zip.
Coaches. You can see Aubrey Matthews moving over there to get the football. Just really doesn't, you know, you'd think for a receiver, you got to have pretty good hands, which he does, but he just misjudges it a little. And you got to question, should you field it? The ball not coming down in a typical end-over-end fashion makes it a little difficult to handle, but still no reason not to. And then as he goes for it, going out of bounds, stumbling, fumbling, and finally falling and putting the Bulls in trouble.
Matt Robinson will work from his own end zone. 1st and 10, the ball on the 2-yard line. Alton Alexis comes wide to the near side. The handoff right up the middle to Larry Mason, and he gets nothing.
Oh,
maybe a yard.
He took a hit in there.
Rich Dimmler in on the stop.
11 plays, 62 yards, and they used a lot of time with it to score that time with the field goal. 6 minutes with Trout's 34-yarder. And now the Bulls, in their own territory, you would expect they don't have a particularly effective running game, are going to have to put it in the air to give them some operating room.
The ball still resting on the 2-yard line. 2nd down and 10. And the handoff again goes to Larry Mason. This time he goes off left tackle before he is stopped by Glenn Howard up near the 5-yard line. So they give Robinson a little breathing room, but still he'll have to go to the air again on 3rd down as you take a look at Lindy Infante, the head coach at Jacksonville.
Next to him, Charlie Davis, his assistant head coach, handles the offensive line. The other thing, too, is that they want to move that ball out far enough to give them an opportunity to kick it away in the event they don't pick up the 1st down. Otherwise, they're going to be susceptible with the shorter punt area to a potential block.
The lone setback is the fullback, number 24, Marvin Lewis. 3rd down and 6. Robinson from his own end zone airs it out. Overthrows his man, intended for number 80, Gary Clark. And so Jeff Pierce will come into the ball game to punt from his own end zone. Jacksonville in a hole when you've got to try and march 98 yards. Special teams are so important in a case like this.
Well, it figures in about 30% of the plays in the course of a football game. And right now, whether they choose to go for the block or because their offense is running like a well-oiled machine here this evening, is to go ahead and take the return because they're going to have excellent field position.
Jeff Pierce will kick from the back of his own end zone.
10-man rush.
They're coming. He gets off a beauty, backing Garcia Lane all the way back to his own 45-yard line. Takes it on the fly, and there's the reverse to Mark McCants. And look at that defensive play by number 89 for the Jacksonville Bulls. Alton Alexis was up there for a great stop. The razzle-dazzle try, but it got nowhere. We'll be back. In Philadelphia, 17-0, the Stars are leading. A week from tonight, Jim Simpson and Don Heinrich will be in Los Angeles to see Arizona and LA. A chance to see Steve Young, the talented young quarterback for the Express. That'll be a good one. Catch all the action right here on ESPN. Scott Fitzke, Tom Donovan, the wide receivers to the near side for Philadelphia as they put the ball in play. 1st and 10 from their own 45. Fusina over the middle to Donovan. They consider Donovan, number 87, the fellow, another Penn Stater, by the way, to have the best hands on the team.
He's been injured a little bit, bothered by a hamstring, but they were going to see prior to the game how good it felt, how effective he felt he could be. And certainly he's showing it right here as he's contributing. Fusina again down the middle, catches him in a zone, hits the open area, throws it in there.
Well, you called that right all night, Don, about Fusina tending to pass on 1st down. He's already got the ball on the first play inside Jacksonville's 40-yard line. Willie Collier to the near side. Fitzke in motion to the far side. To give to Kelvin Bryant. He goes nowhere, changes direction, spins his way inside the 40, back to the 39, just to the line of scrimmage before he is stopped by Vaughn Johnson, number 33 from North Carolina State. And the laundry is down on the field.
Well, you know, Chuck Fusina, in his years at Penn State, they only lost 2 games in 3 regular seasons. And as the leader in the USFL, he has just gotten better and better. He's a technician. He probably has not gotten the recognition that he deserves. He's a very low-key kind of guy. Talking with him before the game, he says, I guess the best thing you could say about me is that I'm boring.
Block above the waist in the back. Number 89 on the offense. Replay 1st down.
Sometimes that's a benefit to you. You can catch your opponent by surprise. Well, Oakland scored again. Quarterback Fred Basana on a 1-yard touchdown run, but they missed the point after. The Invaders leading the showboat 16-7 out on the West Coast. 1st and 20, the ball on the 49-yard line. Play action fake to David Riley. Fusina fakes once, pumps, rolls to the far side, and completes his pass to the big tight end, Steve Folsom, the big 89. He goes out of bounds across the 50 down near the 47-yard line, where he is pushed out by Kevin Gray, number 22, the cornerback.